Hi guys, this is the first time I've made a video and first time using this camera, so please excuse any faux pas on that. This is a MTD Pro snowblower that after watching many YouTube videos I have decided to install the Impeller paddle, which I have created out of a mud flap into this shape. And I'm going to make two more since I have three impellers. The tools I've used so far is this socket wrench to help take the top of the chute off. Also needed the pliers for that and the screwdriver. I've used the blade to shape the rubber mat, obviously a tape to measure. The the rubber that I'm using, which is this shape, again, I've created from a mud flap, a truck mud flap. A fellow was generous enough to give me a chunk of it, and that's what I'm going to use. So, back to the machine. If you look inside here, let's see if it'll do it. There's a hole that I've drilled in this impeller, and I'm going to start my first screw there. I'll get back to you in a minute after I've done that. Okay, so I'm not sure where I left off, so here's where I'm at now. I've inserted a 1/4 inch bolt, about 1 inch, and that's going to go through the hole that's in the impeller. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's there. I used a 1/4 inch hole drill bit to go through the impeller and a 5/16 to go through my mud flap. Okay, so now I'm going to bolt that in. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, changed my mind a little bit. You can see the flap that I made for the impeller. What I'm going to do before I install it is I'm going to copy it, which I've traced. I don't know if you can see it, but I've traced it on this mud flap, and I'm going to now cut those out. So I have three of them all the same. Okay, so there's two more. I'll custom cut them when I get to each impeller, but I think that's probably pretty close. Okay, so nothing is as easy as it looks. My hands are too big really to manipulate my flap down there, which I've got one bolt in, but I can't seem to get the second one in, so I'm now going to remove these bolts on the side here that hold this plastic housing in, and then I'll be able to get in there completely. So I'll be back. Okay, that came off quite easily, so now you can see a little better what I'm trying to do. I'm going to drill a hole next to that bolt, hopefully, and get another bolt in there so two will hold it so it'll be secure. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, well I've put the machine on its side also, which helps me get my hands in there. I put a little rag in the back in case any gas leaks out. At any point, well, I got one done, and you can sort of see this, I think. Let me get under here. Well, I can't see it, can you? Maybe there. These bolts right here. Okay, those are the two that's underneath the impeller. And coming around the front, the top rather, there's the two bolts. Alright, two more to go. Okay, so the second one is installed, and I must admit that it does go a little bit easier once you know what you're doing, but you do have to know your way around the tools. I want to also mention that the spark plug should be disconnected. Whenever you work on a machine like this, you wouldn't want to lose your fingers. I don't tell you that I don't do any safety thing. I don't take any responsibility for anything here. I'm just trying to show you how I did it. Anyway, third one coming. Okay, I want to show you that I used a locking wrench there to hold it in place. That was a good little trick I figured out on the third one. Would have been helpful on the first one. At any rate, there's the first one I did, and the second one is down there. And I did start it up in between both, finishing the second one, and I put a little like a WD-40 lubricant in there to help kind of break it in. It is definitely going to throw slush. It was throwing stuff all over the place. Okay, the third one went in even easier. Obviously, the more you do, the easier it gets. I have to trim that up a little bit, put the housing back, and I'll be all done. Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say this is about a 3 project. And anybody can do it if you have a little bit of knowledge, mechanical knowledge, and a little inventiveness to take something like this mud flap, which you can see is really quite thick, and I think will last many years. I'll let you know how it works. Okay, folks, well, that's the end of that little tour. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful. I will comment and say that that improvement was extremely satisfying. It threw the slush farther than when it threw the distance it would throw powder snow when it was new. Amazing. Big difference. Okay, see you next time.